Hey, what's going on, guys? I see Trades here, and today we're going to be doing a technical analysis breakdown on ticker symbol SMCI. Before we get into the daily chart and really break this down, and take you guys over to the weekly to get a broader perspective. Now, guys, let's take a step back and look at the weekly chart of SMCI. Once the stock started to see some real movement back in 2023, we saw a rally with some nice consolidation on the weekly, forming a flag and pole like structure here, guys. You can see the pole and the flag getting tight, consolidating nicely before breaking out into this massive move, hitting that 122.90 high, as you can see there, guys. And followed by that is some steep correction, rejecting and respecting this line, guys. Here, this trend line at the top, this resistance zone that we were looking at on the daily briefly, followed with some ascending support, right? Holding very nicely, touching a few times, guys, respecting this resistance as well as the support. On the ascending support, you can see around 7-ish touch points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touch points, guys, before flushing and giving way. When we get crushed from that ascending support, come all the way back down, and we try to break through that $47.80 resistance right there, guys. We try to go up, get pushed down a couple times, try to retest it, get pushed down hard, get to that around 17.30 cent limit, go back up, retest that exact spot, get crushed, get above it for some time, right? Get right back below it. And now, more recently, we try to do the same thing, getting right at that $47 type limit and right press against this descending resistance, guys. Same thing happens. We go below, and now we are pressed right up at that descending resistance, guys, that has been lasted for over a year now. So very, very key level and very key spot that we're in right now. So the question is SMCI actually going to break through this once and for all, guys? You know, we wicked over it before, tried to, couldn't get over it, and just in the past, guys, you could see on the weekly time frame, you know, it narrows it down a little bit. How many times we've actually tried to break through? You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, just so many touch points on this descending resistance. So it's lasted such a long time and kept SMCI ultimately under that, you know, with some very strong resistance. So we have been in this consolidation zone for some time. We have built some pressure. We have volume kind of stepping in now, guys. We're squeezing at this point. So we're going to see if volume can follow this with a big move out of this descending resistance and possibly break above that resistance as well as that 47.80 resistance. As we can see, very strong resistance there too. We do have two very major resistance points to break out of. You know, that very long trend line. It's been lasted for a while, as well as that $47.80 resistance point, guys. You know, we've touched that multiple times and it's been very strong. Got over it once, but quickly rejected and quickly retraced back under it. So that's what my eyes are on, that overall trend line as well as that $47 limit, guys. So keep an eye out for that on the weekly time. Before we take a close look on the daily chart, we're back on the daily, and look how long that descending resistance really is. This gives a better picture. Each candle here is a day. We are very zoomed out right now, and it's lasted a very long time, guys. So just to emphasize how key of a zone we actually are in right now. Getting a little closer on the daily chart, you can see that $66.44 high at where the stock tried to get above that descending resistance, but it couldn't. Reversed very hard, you know, started attempting to move higher, and finally finding some ascending support, guys, getting caught up in kind of a bear trap, flushing that, getting at that 29.33 level and playing around here, guys, consolidating, breaking out of that descending resistance as we see here. Very nice solid green candle, gap above right to that trend line. Get back down, reject, break out of this overall pullback phase, and we touch it again, guys. This is the most recent daily candle. We're touching it as we speak. And yeah, I mean, what we want to see as bulls here, guys, is a clean break over this trend line. It's been a very long time since SMCI has been in this trend line, so we want to see volume start to come in and blow past that very long-term point. Buyers were in control with that gap up, right? Sellers try to push it right back down. Buyers stay strong, form this hammer type of candle, and sellers try to push it down once again. Buyers push it up. We get right to that resistance zone, and then sellers start to come into control here. These very strong bearish candles. We get down to that strong 39.15 support level, bounce off there. Sellers and buyers are kind of fighting for the control. Bears try to get back into control, hit that support level once again. Bulls start ramping it up, and now we're testing that trend line. So, guys, what you want to see here as bulls is a continuation, a continued move up. Because if we test that support again, there, you know, it's a very strong support, so there's a chance we bounce again, get tighter in this range and then break out. But as a bear, you want to see this stay under this overall descending trend line. So right now, pretty neutral until it breaks over that trend line, right? We get over that, that's going to be another thing in the way. That resistance zone right there at $47.85. So look out for that break as a bull and look out for a strong break over that resistance zone, because it's not over. Once you get over this trend line, there is still a very strong resistance zone in place. You know, what you want to see in a pivotal point like this, we want to see volume start to creep in. You know, right when we broke out there, volume starting to creep in, you know, aiding its breakout. And from this kind of not doing too much in this consolidation range, we see the descending support and the breakout of that descending support follow with volume, and we blow up all the way to that $66.44 zone. So what we want to see on this, guys, is, you know, price is kind of coming down, pulling back. And what you want to see is volume start to creep in if the buyers are going to attempt to push that higher. On the flip side, we could reject this level once again, you know, get tighter in this, you know, kind of 39.15 to 42.69 range and retest it a few days later, you know, get right back on that trend line and retest it. If we reject off this trend line again, it's not necessarily a bad thing for the bulls and a dead giveaway that the bears are in control, right? It's a very strong trend line. It's been here for a long time, so it's pretty probable that we could, you know, see a rejection, you know, get tight in this range and retest it before we break out of this thing. So that's what you want to keep an eye on. If it gets below that 39.15 level and that 37.73 level, just about, wouldn't be great for the bulls, but solid stuff at 39.15, right? This is right where it broke out the top of this candle, right at the top of this breakout candle is where we're setting support. And yeah, guys, keep an eye on that 39.15 level. A break below that and the 37.73 level isn't great. You know, on the bear side, probably would be testing around the beginning of this breakout candle, 34.50 to, you know, 35-ish range. So far, we are holding very strongly compared to every other time we've tested this thing. You know, we've tested this thing and we've gotten crushed. Right now, we're testing it. We're staying higher, guys, right? We're staying higher up. Test this trend line, we would get shot down right away. So this is definitely something nice to see. You know, as a bull, you definitely got to be happy with seeing this type of price action. On the hourly, you can see that from that gap up, a little bit of a better perspective. We have this really hard descending resistance here, guys, for a lot of hours. We touch that a lot. We have a lot of touch points. Finally get out of that, you know, holding this 39.15 support very nicely before we break out of it and after we break out of it. And now we are back to that 42.69-ish level, trying to break above this ultimate trend line. So hourly just gives a little bit of a better perspective. And it looks like there could be some possible hard resistance at that 44.04 level. Looking at a close perspective, you know, we bounce off that, reject, come back up, reject again. And it looks like we are rejecting once again. So as long as we stay in this relative zone, guys, it's looking good for the bulls overall. It looks like we're going to get another retest of that trend line. And on the flip side, guys, if you're a bear, you want to look for a continuous move downwards after that rejection, reject, continuous move down to that 39.15 level possibly. Be patient with this one until we break over this trend line. You really don't exactly know what's going to happen. It could be a fake out too, guys. Watch for a fake out. As we saw in the past on the daily, right? We fake out, we wick above it, and we come right back down with a very hard rejection. The reason I don't think this is going to happen again is because look at the price action, guys. You know, look how tight we are compared to that, right? Because this was an overextended breakout. We crashed right after. Very strong candle, a gap up. We're holding very nice, consolidating, small pullback, consolidating. We're right at that trend line, ready to blow through it. I think SMCI looks good, guys. I am bullish on this overall. Next couple of trading days will tell us if we can hold these support zones and get above that overall trend line, as well as that $47 level that I was talking about, guys, because it's another very key resistance zone. So yeah, guys, be patient with SMCI. We are in a very pivotal spot, and watch for those support and resistance levels, as well as buying pressure with added volume. SMCI is sitting in a major point across every time frame. The weekly chart looks like we're right back at that long-standing descending resistance, and the daily confirms that we're right on that trend line, guys. The hourly showing early signs that the bulls are trying to get through those levels. We will have to see if it rejects off that trend line once again, you know, hits that support level and tries to rally back, getting tighter before we break out of that ultimate trend line. That's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed and found value from this video, consider liking and subscribing as I'll continue to cover SMCI as well as other major tickers on the channel. trade smart, and I'll see you all in the next one.